Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my freedom-loving brothers and sisters. So glad you stopped by. Jericho here. This is We the People, a new birth of freedom. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, comments, questions, whatever. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about some myths. I've mentioned these before, but I want to summarize it in the category of myths or outright lies. First of all, let me preface this by saying, if we believe a lie, if we believe propaganda, which are lies, and we're deceived, misinformed by those things, we're not free. We're not free because we are subjecting ourselves to something that is not true. Remember, the only source of freedom, the only path to freedom is truth. I know some people say truth is, well, it's relevant, There's no real absolute truth. Really? Okay, well, we'll talk about that another time. But the path and the source of freedom is truth. Here's some propaganda for you. The government likes to generically classify people. Oh, it makes it simple for them. I'm not concerned about their simplicity or their generic classification. I'm concerned about who I am as an individual. Because first of all, they will never know me. No government entity, nor the politicians will ever know me as an individual. Nor are they concerned about knowing me as an individual. The only thing they're concerned about is agenda, propaganda. How many lies they can tell and still be respected, or if not respected, but they can still be followed and supported. So here's some propaganda for you. So you're filling out an application. These are some of the basic little boxes that they want you to check. Native American, Caucasian, white, Hispanic, blah, 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 blah. These little teeny boxes that they want you to put a little check mark in that will generically identify you in a category. Well, you know what? I'm none of those. I have an ancestry. I have a genealogical history. I didn't come, from well, I like to put it like this. I did not come from a Crayola crayon box. I call it the Crayola crayon box syndrome. They like to simplify and categorize people. Well, you're black, you're white, you're yellow, you're red. Really? Is that what we are? No, I am far beyond that. Those are lies. That's propaganda. It's pretty much bullshit. I did some research, and I found those colors in a Crayola crayon box. White, brown, black, yellow, red. I found them in a Crayola crayon box. That's where I located them. When I opened up that Crayola crayon box, I didn't find any human beings in there. I didn't find any genealogies or ancestral history. I just saw some wax, some colored wax wrapped in a little paper that identified its color. Black, brown, red, yellow, white. That's what I found. I'll show you a little simple scientific demonstration. You see this? Look at this, real close. Do you see it? Do you see it? Mm-hmm. Okay, you saw that white napkin up against my skin. Just a little scientific project here. We're just making an observation. If you noticed something, that white napkin was not the color of my skin. No, it was not the color of my skin. Now, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see the distinction between the color of my skin and the white napkin. And I encourage you, if you ever see me in a store, walking down the street, wherever, and you see me turn that color of white, please call 911, because I am experiencing at that moment a very, very dire medical situation. I need help. And remember when we were kids, I want to repeat this. Remember when we were kids and we were coloring in a coloring book, and we was going to color a white person. What crayon did we reach for? We reached for the peach color. Huh. Wow. That's astounding, isn't it? But see, government entities are masters at manipulation and categorization because they want the control. They want to control. They want the power. Yes, they want the power over you, to manipulate you, control you, categorize you, to support and to benefit their agendas. And the majority of the time, their agenda, their ideologies are nothing but paper-thin propaganda and lies. That's all it is. Remember, folks, politics and religion are the two entities that can lie, steal, cheat, control, manipulate, abuse power, and still their slaves, their followers, still support them and respect them. Conclusion to that little scientific experiment. I'm a colored man. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, I'm a colored man. I have a certain shade of color. And it's not even peach. It doesn't even classify as peach, because you're not going to find me in a Crayola crayon box. That's not where I received my birthright. That's not where that's not where my DNA is found, okay? My ancestral history will never be found in a Crayola crayon box. As I said, in my research, I found out that my ancestors come from Scotland. There's a little bit of Irish there, a little bit of German, and there's also some indigenous blood there, Cherokee. I'm proud of that, because that speaks volumes of history. It's a source for me to learn from. Learn the good things, the bad things, the good, the bad, the ugly. And certainly repeat the good thing. Learn from the bad and the ugly. Learn from that. Study it, research it, and repeat the good things. That's what history is all about. It's not to try to censor or to do away with it, to obliterate it. No, that's not what history's for. It's part of who we are, and it's part of our learning process, is to look back in the past and learn from our history. Not only our ancestral history, but our history as a nation. Like I said, folks, this is not rocket science. This is simply common sense. So they're not going to put me in a little box with a check mark. I will write in who I am, what my ancestry is, and I'm sorry if it takes up too much space on your little white piece of paper with black ink on it. So if you haven't, I encourage you to research your ancestry. Find out where they came from. It speaks volumes, folks. Far more information there than a little box with a check mark that says Caucasian, white. I have a history. I'm proud of it. I'm a human being. I'm not a pawn on the government's chessboard. You're not going to control me. I have choice, which means I'm a sovereign, free individual. I understand what's right and wrong. It's very simple. So don't try to control me. Till next time, protect your life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. and God bless.